Hello everybody, welcome back. I realized I made a little bit of an error last time and I need to correct that before it gets any worse. So I need to make a saw because I need to make some micro blocks. Some covers specifically to keep item ducts from running into each other. So I'm going to stack up cobblestones like this and make tool rods. Those tool rods I'm going to do like that around sticks and iron to make an iron saw. With that iron saw, I can take some cobblestone and make them into these vertical slabs. These slabs are neat because you can, instead of just putting them flat like you can a vanilla slab, you can also put them sideways, which is pretty cool, right? Those slabs can become panels, right, which is like a slab, just thinner, right? And those panels can become covers, which is the thinnest layer. I need those covers because when I went and did this item duct, I got that thing together, which is really not what I wanted. So what I need to do is get down here. I'm going to take that out, and hopefully I can retrieve that. Not quite to the point that I don't care. Let's see, there's my item ducts. Alright, yeah, I think I got it. Alright, great. Now what I'm going to do is place a cover right there. Right? And if I did it right, oh, well that is truly unfortunate that I can't set a cover in between those ducts. That is going to complicate this build. Okay. We'll do it a different way. What we will do instead is take these down, take these up, and just, that is not what I intended to take up. And what we will do is set up the Ignis extruders. I'm going to need another one. Right in front of the stack like that. So, I'm going to set them to output to the back. And same thing here. We'll need another one there. And we'll restart them. So, that was not quite what I had hoped for. I really thought that the thermal expansion ducts would allow the covers to go on top of them, but you can see there that the duct is sitting on top. It's not going into the block where that thing. I guess they're set to take up the whole block. They don't look like it. I really don't know. That worked in Agrarian Skies 2, worked in the last version of thermal expansion, but it is not working now. What I wanted to do was set up a barrel on top of each of these item duct channels so that I could have a barrel of sand and a barrel of dust just in case I needed it. That hopefully will still work in a few minutes. But anyway, I'm going to go keep working, and I will be back when I'm ready to build the rest of it. Alright, we're back. Realized one other thing I'm going to need, some filters, which require paper. Fortunately, we've got sugar. The filter that we need is iron, paper, iron nuggets, and glass. And yep, the glass has finished cooking. So let's go build some filters. Right, now we have some filters, which is going to be really useful. Because what we want to do is filter what can go into these chests. So, I would like to, basically I'm going to not worry too much about how clean this is. What I want to do is set up the hammering kind of right in here, and then have the assembly loop around my ladder and end up with all the ore barrels, or not ore barrels, ingot barrels kind of over here. Right. So I'm just finishing giving us a little bit of space. I don't think this is going to be quite enough, but it'll be alright. So, the hammering area over here, I'm going to need these auto hammers, or auto hammerer, I think it was called. It's in the quest book, which, there it is. Wow, I've got 5 quests that need to be claimed. Yep, this automatic hammerer. So let's see what we need to do to build that. Alright, 6 invar. That's 2 iron. That's a lot more iron. Wow. I do not think... yeah, I don't have enough iron even to build one. So, we'll do something else right at the moment. I'm going to leave that available. I'm going to leave this space available. For right now, I will just manually deal with it. So, if we get into this chest here, all the powdered metals, then these things go left to right, which means I need to come around and place him, or maybe he doesn't go left to right. Whoop, that's not what I intended. Alright, the interface on this thing has changed a bit. Let me look that up. What I need is for powdered metals to go in here, powdered metal blocks to go out here, and then I'm going to put in some induction smelters right in here before finally ending up with a big old wall of... that is not quite enough room. Alright, I'm going to put the ore right here, and hopefully I can, yeah, take off the bottom layer of this without causing a huge amount of damage. Alright, so the 9 metal types will go right there. And just to make it clear where everything's going, my intent is iron, gold, silver. Iron, gold, silver. What I'm doing is locking these down so that I don't have to deal with the filtering. Followed by, let's go with ferrous, copper, and tin, aluminum, lead, and shiny. Alrighty, that is what we're going to end up building. Got a couple of things that need to happen next. I need to build I need to figure out how the auto packager works. I've got to get power over here, and then we will go from there. This is turning into a bit of a long episode, so I'm going to work on this for a bit and then come back. I'm not going to worry about showing every step. I'll come back and review the whole thing when it's nearly complete. Hey everybody, I am back. Took a little longer than anticipated, but nevertheless, just finishing up making some Invar to create these gears. I want to make an induction smelter. So I need 2 Invar gears, 2 Invar ingots, a machine frame, reception coil, and a bucket. And then I'll show you what has been built. It is not as pretty as I had planned. Some of the conduits, some of the things just didn't hook up the way that I expected. The fact that I couldn't stick covers in between things, I don't know. It just didn't turn out as pretty as I had hoped. But it does seem to be working, so that's plus. And I'll probably go clean it up in a day or two. Just at this point, I want to get it done so I can start reaping the benefits of it. All right, so we want to make ourselves this induction smelter. Go ahead and put the thing over there. I still have to go clean this out, but let's see, I'll need 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. I'll need 4 tin for the tin gear. I guess I will need that gear cast back. And I'm going to need 4 glass. Go ahead and pick that stuff up. Tin's ready. There we go. Got a machine frame. Turn back over here. Got our bucket. Now all I need is a redstone reception coil, which is 2 redstone and a gold. And that gives us a basic induction smelter. Alright, let's go see what we've built. So, over here, what we have going, we have the sifters from before, have the barrels on top that hold our excess sand and dust in case we need them later. Now coming off the gravel sifter, we have diamonds, emeralds, apatite, flint, lapis, and coal. That's everything that comes off there except for the broken metals. When 4 of them get together, the auto packager puts them together into the ore gravels, which get sent into the automatic hammerer, creating the crushed ores. Now the sand sifter has everything coming off. The quicksilver, Certus quartz, yellorium, amber, cocoa beans come off, and the crushed metals go into here. Now, this guy is still not all the way caught up. I need to work on that. I'm not sure if there's a problem somewhere or if the ducting is just not quite sufficient. Still working on that. But anyway, the crushed ores get in here. This auto packager creates the ore sand. That ore sand goes into this automatic hammer, yielding the powdered ores over here. Powdered ores go into the auto packager, yielding the ore dusts over here. And this is the point where we're ready for the induction smelter. So I'm going to put, there's going to be several induction smelters in this group, but I'm just going to start with one. So I want input from the left side, and actually, wait a minute. Induction smelters are interesting. I want the primary input to come from the left side, but I want the other input to come from the top. And I'll explain that in just a second. And then I'm going to want the output to the right, both outputs to the right. So, what's going on here? Well, the induction smelters use what's called a flux. Let's get this started and I'll show you what that looks like. So, the dusts should come in here, no problem. Eventually, maybe. Maybe it has to be the purple side. No, that doesn't seem to be it. Okay, I've clearly made an error somewhere because that's supposed to work. Let me figure that out. I'll be back. Okay, I am back. I've just got to make a couple more item ducts, and I will show you what I ended up with. 10 lead, 10. I can never remember that. So, this is definitely not the prettiest thing I've ever built. It did not turn out, I don't know if I'm just not remembering how I built it in Agrarian 1 or if it has changed substantially, but it is definitely not pretty right now. I'm going to work on that. I don't think I'm going to keep this in its current form, but nevertheless. So here's the problem. These pulverized, or these iron ore dust from Ex Nihilo couldn't go directly into the smelter. It needs these thermal foundation pulverized metals. So, pulverizer. There's a couple of things going on here. The pulverizer has a chance of outputting some other stuff for the various metals. It can output shiny, it can output aluminum, a couple other things. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to deal with that. I'm probably just going to stick a chest on top of it for the time being. But the induction smelter needs a flux in order to work. And sand is one of those. So when you smelt one of these with sand, let's turn this off. You can see you're getting 2 dust becomes 2 ingots. And we're going to output that. And what you'll see is, let's come over here, and there's the nickel going in. Now, it's got a secondary output slag that is not currently being dealt with. I'm gonna have to build something to do with that. I'm also gonna have to build something to feed sand into the flux slot and deal with the pulverized metals coming out of here. So, like I was saying, this is not going to be what I end up with. I'm actually going to go break the igneous extruders to stop the input. It's not going to stop immediately. It's gonna run through a while. It's gonna be a big mess to clean up. I'm gonna do that in between episodes. But that is basically the form of what this automated ore processor is going to look like. We're going to have the initial pulverizing of cobble into gravel, sand, and dust, the sifting of that dust into the various things we want. We'll run that through and basically pull out anything that's not metals. The things that are metals will go through the hammering cycle to progressively get into the dust form. The dust form we'll have to pulverize again just to convert between basically convert between mods so that it can feed into the induction smelter and finally be stored. That is the plan. Sorry it didn't quite work out during this episode. Hopefully next episode I'll be able to just show you kind of a prettier version of it. But anyway, that's the current, that's where we are. That's what I'm doing. I haven't really done a lot of other things elsewhere in the world. I still don't have a squid spawn. Still not there. I don't want to swim up there. This mob trap is still generating lots of stuff. I still need to figure out how to get the transfer node to handle everything. But right now it's not too inconvenient just to walk in and deal with things. And that's pretty much where we are. Move those glowstone and redstone over since they're going to be stored over here primarily. And I think that's about it. Now we'll show you, I hollowed out an area there. Both of these magmatic dynamos are running at maximum power right now. Right? Actually this one is... No, oh, it's because I just turned on the induction smelter. He was running at maximum power just a minute ago. So, yeah, I'm not sure if 2 dynamos is going to handle it. Might need to put a 3rd one in. So I'm going to work on that. And that's about it for this episode. I will hopefully have some commentary Maybe there's something obvious that I could make this better with. Please let me know if you have suggestions, thoughts, or if something's not clear and you'd like for me to explain it again. Other than that, I'm going to work on this, and thanks for watching.